valedictorian, you have to be truly brilliant, and Tiana is all of that.
Good evening, honored guests, administration, teachers, families, friends, and graduates. I am truly humbled and honored to represent the 2015 graduating class of Kelowna Christian School. These past 12 years hold countless memories for each one of us. Memories that we will treasure for the rest of our lives. We have laughed together, cried together, survived the flooding of our middle school hallway together, and were the apparent cause for the retirement of several of our beloved teachers. Now, before I get too far into the speech, I would like to say a few thank yous on behalf of our graduating class. Thank you, Calculus, for teaching us how to do math without numbers. Thank you, SparkNotes, for providing us with full summaries of the books that Mr. Rouser assigned in English class. And thank you, Mr. Rouser, for holding us accountable by giving us quizzes on these assigned books, which included questions such as, what is the color of Susie's skirt in the third paragraph, second last sentence on page 164? A word of advice, SparkNotes does not cover the specifics that Mr. Rouser looks for in his very detailed quizzes. Thank you, air conditioning system, for never turning off, ever. Thank you, Mr. Schultz, for being the entertaining thorn in Mr. Clausen's side. I still find myself wondering if you ever actually needed his assistance with your projector, cell phone, computer, or if you just came to be the comedic relief in the middle of an emotional biology lesson. And thank you, Student Wi-Fi, for being nothing but a figment of our imaginations. Throughout these years, we have gained vast amounts of knowledge, both inside and outside of the classroom. The things that we have learned here will equip us for life. I mean, whenever I decide that I want to find the rate at which the water level of a 50-meter deep, cone-shaped pool is rising, I can find that rate at any height flawlessly. In all seriousness, Kelowna Christian School has done an incredible job of preparing us for the future. Something that I've especially noticed is how the different activities offered by our school have brought the student body together. First off, the athletes at KCS display an incredible dedication to their sport and to their team members. The rest of us, who have observed these teams for the past few years, recognize their hard work. Owen, Chelsea, David, Javen, Taylor, James, and Serena, to name a few, have all been in sports, and they could probably tell you that the bond you form as a team is one of the most unique things about being involved in sports. It's about trust, loyalty, and being there for each other through the good and through the bad. It's rejoicing together through the successes, yet also forging ahead through the disappointments. It's about being supportive of one another. I personally have been blessed to be involved in the arts here at KCS. I have been part of the chapel team with Daniel, the school musicals with Natalie, Isabel, Anna Kay, Athena, Lucas, Emily, and Jessica, senior band with Caleb, and jazz ensembles with myself. It is incredible to work alongside extremely talented teachers and students to create what we hope was a pleasure for audiences to experience. Being part of a team of musicians or actors can also create a sense of belonging, and the arts bring people together. It is not only a wonderful form of entertainment, it is also a major form of expression. Our grad theme this year is courageous adventure, which for many of us might be the perfect description for chemistry class. Surprisingly enough, it goes far beyond that. First of all, courage is not about being fearless. It's about being afraid to do something, but going and doing it anyway. Courage is doing the things that others normally wouldn't want to do. It comes with risks, and it might be terrifying, but you do it because you know that it's right, and because you know that it serves a purpose that is greater than any fears you may possess. Ernest Hemingway once defined courage as grace under pressure. To be kind to a person who mistreats you, to show compassion to another when you yourself are suffering, to love unconditionally. These are the things that will set you apart in this world, for they are courageous acts. Throughout high school, many of us have already stepped out in courage. Some have traveled many distances to Africa, Bolivia, Mexico, and inner city Los Angeles to love the poorest of the poor. Some have volunteered at care homes and at the hospital, caring for the sick. As a class, we have volunteered at places such as Metro, Gospel Mission, the Food Bank, and Gleaners. Some have simply said a few encouraging words to someone who is lonely. These are all gestures which require a willingness to be different, and they require courage. I know that most, if not all, of us have dealt with difficult circumstances. We have had financial trouble within our families. We have dealt with illness in ourselves or in family members. We have lost people we love, and we have watched families break apart. As we grow older, life will continue to be imperfect in many ways, but we have the power to decide how we will deal with those imperfections and with that suffering. Friedrich Nietzsche said that those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. When we recognize that life is precious and that it has a purpose, we have a reason to overcome difficulties. An outlook on life can be utterly transformed if one is devoted to making each day count. In our society today, we are told to do all we can to further ourselves, to make more of ourselves, and to focus solely on ourselves. This makes it difficult to be courageous and kind, because those things differ from what the rest of the world wants to be. Yet I believe that courage and kindness are necessary. It brings light and goodness into this world, and it does make a difference. We've been given these lives, and it's up to us to choose how to live them. Life is, in many ways, an adventure. It can be dangerous, yet exciting, baffling, yet enlightening, sorrowful, yet joyful. Life is a gift. It is essential for each moment in life to be savored by doing acts that are of great value, acts that will be remembered. Something that is valuable does not have to be extravagant. The smallest acts of genuine kindness can make a significant difference in the life of another. As we graduate and enter into the next stage of our lives, I would like to emphasize the importance of our upcoming journeys. God has placed each one of us on very different paths. Some of us will be going to university or college to continue our education. Some of us will be traveling. Some are entering the workforce. I believe that wherever you end up, there will be an opportunity to influence lives. If you are willing to lead a life which is selfless and motivated by kindness, others will notice this difference in you, and incredible things could come from that. Finally, on behalf of the graduating class of 2015, I'd like to express our gratitude. Teachers, you've imparted more than just knowledge. You've imparted your compassion, patience, and wisdom, all of which will be tremendously valuable in our lives moving forward. Mr. Lewis, office staff, and support staff, you have provided an organized and safe environment for us to come to every day. We admire and appreciate all that you do. Custodial staff, thank you for fixing the holes we made in the walls and in the roof. And a special thank you for fixing that exit sign by Clausen's room. Otherwise, we'd still be aimlessly wandering the hallways of the school, unable to find an escape. We are grateful for your hard work and are forever in your debt. Coaches, whether in the sports or in the arts, thank you for your encouragement, your sacrifices, and for your leadership. You have invested your lives into the lives of others. Finally, to our parents and families, you are the ones who remained constant throughout all of these years. You celebrated with us during our successes, and you consoled us through moments of hurt and disappointment. You not only witnessed what we experienced, you also felt the emotions right along with us. We will do everything in our power to pay forward what you have imparted into our lives. I'd like to conclude with the verse that was chosen for our grad class this year, Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Thank you.